It has been an amazing month to be a Digimon fan. From Digimon Beat Break, the brand new anime coming out, to Digimon Story Time Stranger being a roaring success, topping Steam sales charts.
And now Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out this week.
Yeah, it certainly has been an amazing month to be a Digimon fan.
Oh, we're doing this now? Pretending like you don't also like Pokemon?
You know what? Despite it all, I do still like Pokemon. And as fans of both franchises, we got curious. Given the whole both franchises have Mega Evolution thing, what would it be like if Digimon got to use Pokemon evolution mechanics?
We're talking regular Pokemon evolution, Gigantamax, and more.
Custom art is back, baby! What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. If it's your first time, if this isn't welcome back, please do make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are rocketing towards 100,000 subscribers. I want to put that plaque in the background over here and prove to the entire world that Digimon is back on top. And on today's video, of course, we are joined by Brandon from Pragmagic to get Digimon and evolve them using Pokemon evolution methods.
And if you want to see somewhat of an inverse of this, exploring what Pokemon would look like if they mega evolved like Digimon, we'll be doing that over on my channel.
And I want to thank the GOAT WEIRDOMON who did all the art for today's video. Make sure to go follow him on all his socials linked below.
So when exploring evolution types that Digimon could use from Pokemon, the first type honestly is one that is closest to Digimon evolution anyway, standard Pokemon evolution. Digimon evolution tends to be a lot more free with a mix across the franchise between curated lines and more anything goes evolution, whereas Pokemon is almost always locked to a maximum of 3 Pokemon besides gender/stone branches, mega evolutions, etc. So to best exemplify that, we figured we could look no further than to the mascot of the entire Pokemon franchise, Pikachu, that started out just being able to use a Thunderstone to become Raichu, but in Gen 2 gained a baby Pokemon in Pichu. We figured the best Digimon to use that kind of evolution was Elecmon, as while Digimon like Patamon and Agumon are more mascotty like Pikachu, Elecmon thematically and visually resembles the Lightning Mouse a lot more.
Its name is Elecmon, after all, electricity.
Thank you, Karn, for your incredible etymological insight. So, rather than a baby or in training pre-evolution, in Pokemon style, Elecmon gets the baby form, Sparkmon, from of course the word spark and to reference Sparky, another Pikachu in the Pokemon anime. Sparkmon is a data attribute mammal-type Digimon that is said to spend its entire life looking for a family. It has no combat instincts when alone, but when it discovers a herd of Elecmon and joins them, it goes from a timid little creature to a brave small soldier, giving a frankly ridiculously strong electric shock for its size. It's Baby Spark's signature move.
But of course, if Sparkmon is our Pichu equivalent, Elecmon also needs a Raichu, or honestly, unfortunately, Pawmot equivalent, as that is our most recent 3-stage Pika clone family, which is a surprisingly rare thing actually. Elecmon does not use a Pokemon evolution stone here, but instead by observing strange electric rodents he saw in a parallel universe, gathers the data required to evolve to Great Elecmon. It was hard to find something for Elecmon that resembled Raichu and Pawmot while still preserving something Digimon, but I think WEIRDOMON nailed it. Great Elecmon is a Pika clone style evolution through and through, but still has notable visual similarities to one of Elecmon's most common evolutions, Leomon. Obviously, we also have the semi-regular Ageomon connection too, but that's a whole other kettle of humanoid digifish. Great Elecmon is also a data attribute mammal-type Digimon, a fantastic leader of the pack, and makes sure to always protect the Elecmon and Sparkmon in its ward, often to a fault. If the life of a single member of its family were in danger, Great Elecmon would not hesitate to unleash all of its electrical energy on the foe, wiping itself out in the process with its Pulse of the Beast King attack.
You really couldn't resist the Leomon sacrifice, could you?
Listen, if Adventure 2020 didn't want to nut up and kill Leomon, I'm gonna kill a tangentially related Digimon-Pokemon hybrid, okay?
Karn, is everything okay?
No!
Moving over to our next type of evolution is Stone Evolution, made famous by Eevee and its various elemental evolutions, but of course is still a fixture of the franchise to this day. In our minds, Armor Digivolution from Adventure 02 is probably the closest to Stone Evolutions of Pokemon, taking a rookie Digimon and augmenting their form to match the themes or elements associated with that Armor Digi-Egg. So it made sense to take Veemon, the mascot of Armor Digivolution, and throw some evolution stones at him, beginning with the Fire Stone, which transforms Veemon into Torchmon, a free attribute Dragon-type Digimon. While of course inspired by Flamedramon, Veemon's Courage Armor evolution, Torchmon takes design cues and philosophy much closer to Pokemon, partially inspired by evolutions, but also Pokemon like Mewtwo and Salazzle, to create a much more pared down but still identifiable design. When Veemon encountered a fiery stone from another dimension, its form changed to that of Torchmon, a draconic user of the power of flame. Capable of hunting out even tiny Poopamon across vast plains, Torchmon is a fierce hunter and an even fiercer fighter. It can generate 6,000 Kelvin of heat into its claws and slice through the enemy, melting them in the process. This fearsome move is known as the Flaming Flambe.
But I really want to explore what a straight-up evolution-style evolution for Veemon would also look like, and given that WEIRDOMON in 02, the Friendship Armor evolution, already took on a quadrupedal rideable form, I felt that lent itself perfectly to the Thunderstone transforming Veemon into Stormmon, completely evoking Vaporeon and Umbreon, which seemed like the two best matches to the Storm-themed black-coated WEIRDOMON. I think WEIRDOMON absolutely nailed the brief on this one. So much more Pokemon-like, smaller frame and cutesy, but still evidently both Veemon and inspired by WEIRDOMON. It even reminds me of Absol a bit too, which also lines up quite well, as Absol is said to appear before natural disasters, which often have storms. Stormmon is an emissary of the oncoming storm. In ancient times, it was rumored that a Veemon discovered a mystical rock from another world that turned it into a Digimon that could run as fast as thunder. Villagers would often fear and kick out Stormmon as its arrival always seemed to herald a thunderstorm or worse. However, the Digimon came to realize that Stormmon did not bring these storms, but instead was so fast it could run ahead of them and wanted to warn villagers so they could batten down or get to safety. It is also an excellent fighter, running laps around its opponents and using the horn on its head as a lightning rod to shock them with its blue thunder blade.
Alright, well, we're talking all about Mega Evolution over on my channel, evolving Pokemon using Digimon-style evolution, but what about the inverse? What if Digimon got to use a Mega Stone? Well, harkening back to Adventure and a Digimon that already has a complicated relationship with standard Digimon evolution levels, WEIRDOMON took Gatomon, slapped on that Mega Ring instead of Gatomon's Holy Ring, and gave us Mega Gatomon. Inspired of course by iconic Mega evolutions like Mega Lucario, Mega Gatomon bucks the evolution style you'd be familiar with for the cat. Gone are the evolutions into buxom angel women or giant Falcors from the never-ending story. Going into Mega Evolution from Pokemon, the traits of Gatomon are instead doubled down on. It has no tail ring because, as we said, it uses a Mega Ring, and the whole design becomes a lot more angular, spiky, and yes, intended to have a lot more X and Y shapes in the overall design. In fact, the ears have been elongated and the paws stretched out to form an X theming in the front of this Digimon too. Does that also make it an X antibody? That's a discussion for another day. Mega Gatomon is a vaccine attribute Holy Beast type Digimon. One day, a Gatomon wandered into another realm through a portal, on a search for its lost tail ring. Desperately searching, it instead stumbled upon what people of the realm called a Mega Ring, and through the help of a kind human or trainer that owned the Mega Ring and Mega Stone, Gatomon became Mega Gatomon. A fast as lightning Digimon, it can only maintain this form temporarily during each battle before reverting to Gatomon, which is not an unfamiliar situation for a Digimon. But the power Gatomon feels as Mega Gatomon is an entirely different kind of energy, which powers up its signature move, Lightning Claw Whirlwind.
And finally...
Oh. Is this what I think it is?
Oh yeah, it's Gigantamax time! Gigantamax to me is an inherently hilarious concept. Make that Pokemon big and give it an even more huge form. Make Pikachu chunky again, make Duraludon a skyscraper, go for it. But when it comes to Digimon, well, we already have some pretty mental giant evolutions, from Eldradimon, literally Eldorado with an entire city on its back, to King Waymon with, I think, basically a forest or mountain range on its head.
So that begged the question, how could we really sell Gigantamax with a Digimon?
Which is when it struck me that we needed to take a Digimon that really doesn't have much of any combat ability, is a weird little tiny guy, and make him into a giant. And of course, Bokomon was the natural pick in my mind. A very knowledgeable Digimon, but even its encyclopedia entry says it hates fighting and can usually be seen smiling energetically, but when the chips are down, it takes on a serious expression and becomes a surprisingly reliable ally. Bokomon's special move, Wild Escape Dash, lets it flee at impossible speeds the moment it senses defeat on the horizon. Its literal signature move is running away. But what if it stopped running? What if Bokomon got exposed to Gigantamax energy and became G-Max Bokomon? An absolute monster of a lad, just massive and powerful with floating books fueling its endless appetite for knowledge. This is one of my absolute favorite pieces of art we've ever done for this channel, and I think WEIRDOMON absolutely slam dunked the Gigantamax design. G-Max Bokomon next to regular Bokomon is going to have me laughing for weeks. When a Bokomon on a field research trip for its new book was cornered by Haimon, it ran off off at high speed, falling down a ravine and stumbling into what it immediately knew was a parallel dimension. Consumed by an insane appetite to discover and record everything it could about this new world in what it came to know as the Galar region, Pokemon became infused with the energy that poured out of that region, combined with its thirst for knowledge. Pokemon grew to the size of a skyscraper and became G-Max Pokemon. While still obsessed with knowledge, its sheer size has made it both unable to run away and incredibly good at stomping out those that would seek to harm it. Its signature move is its new, improved G-Max No Escape Dash. And that's it!
Our takes on what it might look like if Digimon got to evolve using Pokemon evolution methods.
Sparkmon, Elecmon, and Great Elecmon referencing regular evolution.
Vmon using the Firestone and Thunderstone to become Torchmon and Stormmon.
Gatomon using a Mega Ring to become Mega Gatomon.
And the chonkiest Pokemon that used Eternatus' energy to become G-Max Pokemon.
Let us know your favorites in the comments down below, but of course be respectful. WEIRDOMON put a ton of work into these pieces, and I really appreciate it.
And yeah, make sure to head over to my channel if you want to see what Pokemon might look like with Digimon Megas.
Thank you so much to my sovereign, ZDK14, Chaotic Prophet, and Jeremy Babineau, as well as everyone else who supports me over on patreon.com/Karn EX and made this video possible. And thank you as well to my amazing YouTube channel members who clicked the join button or got gifted memberships on my live streams here on YouTube. I do appreciate you all, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.